Craftsman, the once iconic brand, is now officially available at Lowe's. Yes, Craftsman has finally taken a huge leap, jumping right onto shelves at one of the largest home improvement stores in the country. So today, we're going to have a look at all the Craftsman tools I found at my local Lowe's. But before we get started, make sure you subscribe if you're not already, and hit that bell to be notified of all my latest uploads. Now, let's get into this. So in some stores, as soon as you set foot through the doors, you're greeted with a huge display of Craftsman tools. If we run down what's sitting on the shelf there, here on the left, you have two 9-piece Craftsman wrench sets, 20 bucks a piece. Next to it, you have a 137-piece tool set for 100 bucks. And that looks like it's a holdover from Sears. Pretty much everything on this shelf looks like it's held over from Sears. But if we move down one shelf, you have a 185, I think it's 165 piece set for $129. And directly next to it on the left is a $300 set. Comes with about 309 pieces, I think. And then below that on the bottom shelf, you have a USA made Craftsman Toolbox for 50 bucks. Now the Toolbox it was always made in America. It's just that Sears was horrible at labeling things, and Stanley Black and Decker actually went ahead and purchased the maker for that toolbox, Waterloo Industries. So they are in ownership of the actual manufacturer for that box, making toolboxes in America. But what I want to touch on here is that $300 set, which it looked a little weird. I went to two different stores, and it looked like the packaging was very strange indeed. It was wrapped up with sort of like card. It looked like a box, just like a box you would get from Amazon or something like that. And then it was wrapped around with like straight up cardboard and red printed all over it. It looked like maybe the top, the front, and the back were printed with words, lettering, telling you what the set was, and the rest of the sides were completely blank. Now, and in addition to that, the box was taped up, and it was like that at both stores. So I assume, I can conclude that it came from the manufacturer. It was intended for sale like that. With it being like that at both stores I went to. So what this looks like is it's sort of like a clearance sale. They're trying to clear out tools, get rid of them, and move on to what they'll actually be selling as as a means to an end. That set looks like it is. It just looks like they lumped a bunch of tools into one set for 300 bucks. It takes the cake. Directly next to this display is where I found they were showcasing all of the Craftsman storage products. Now, when I had a stroll down this aisle, I found that most of the stuff there was held over from old Sears stock. So they just brought the stuff in and re-stickered it with a Made in USA sticker and dropped it on the floors at Lowe's. Except for one thing that looked like it was trying to be a direct competitor to Milwaukee's Pack-Out. And it's this stacking 3-piece toolbox kit. And it felt pretty sturdy, pretty rugged. I didn't get too much of extensive hands-on with it, but the selection there was pretty much what you would have been able to find at Sears. Just a few steps away, hanging out there in front of the tool section, is where I had my first encounter with brand new Craftsman tools. These are a group of Craftsman Flashlights that I had not yet seen before. So over here on the left is going to be pair of rechargeable options, and over on the right is going to be a pair of standard or disposable battery options. Now, the disposable battery flashlight was not actually there in store. I did not have a chance to look at that thing, but it was only 10 bucks and it looked to be sold out. But hanging out next to it on the right, to the right of that empty display there, is the new Craftsman Flashlight with it looked like it took three double A's, and it looked to be pretty bulky, but it was only 15 bucks. Over there on the left is where the rechargeable options were, and those things looked pretty nice. Now, I already had a headlight, but a rechargeable option would be something I would be looking into. But what's more interesting is that flashlight sitting there, as it serves as both a flashlight and a battery pack at 500 lumens. So you could take this flashlight with you and be able to charge your cell phone, your accessories, stuff like that. And those things were 30 bucks a piece. And I thought that was pretty good. But keep in mind that some of the stores I went to did not have any of these flashlight options, and some had more flashlight options. So you're just going to have to check out your local Sears, maybe look at or not local Sears, we're talking about Lowe's here. We're going to have to check out your local Lowe's and see what they have available online to see the full array of flashlight products from Craftsman they have, because I'm not really sure at this point. Moving on, sitting right in the aisleway is this Craftsman pressure washer. Now this is something I think that might have been a carryover from Sears. Not really sure. I don't really recall ever checking for any of those products, but it just looked like it's a 2800 PSI pressure washer that you could find relatively inexpensively anywhere else, pretty much. I don't know if it's been there with the Craftsman brand or not. And in fact, this product in Lowe's, I only found it in one of the Lowe's I went to, but it didn't even have a price. So I don't know, what this compares to. At work we have a Ryobi one. It looks pretty similar with a Honda engine on it. Yeah. Alright, so we're getting down to about the last place I was able to find Craftsman Tools, because they did not have any individual tools. Now, the tool section at Lowe's was pretty much untouched. At all the stores I went to, there are no Craftsman tools in that section at all. It's all still Cobalt. It's all still the standard options. It's all still what they had before. So none of the Craftsman actually spilled over into the actual Lowe's tool section. No, that means no individual wrenches, no individual sockets as of yet. They're just selling sets. But right at this point in the video, we're going to focus on one of the stores I went to, which had an entire Craftsman section. So when you walk into this section, you're first greeted with a Craftsman Organizer at like $17.99. Now, it looked pretty good. It was pretty thick. It was, I don't know if it was like maybe 2-3 inches tall. It was a pretty big organization box, and directly next to it is a 26-inch plastic toolbox, which once you open the toolbox, there's a nice little shelf there with dividers. You can set little trinkets, individual things in the top of that thing. But one thing I did note is when I opened that thing, it reeked. It smelled horrible. It's that smell that, people always complain about when something's remarkably inexpensive or too cheap. It smelled like that 26-inch toolbox. But hanging out there in the back of the section was the two new tool sets that I found in Lowe's. Now, one of them is this 51-piece Craftsman tool set at 70 bucks, and the other is a 81-piece at around $100. Now, these are both new tool sets. Look on the back and see that these two tool sets are made in Taiwan, not China, like all the other Craftsman products were. And you can even tell distinctively on the front of the package that the tools offered in this set, specifically, you can tell by just looking at the ratchets that these were not offered by Craftsman before. So I ended up picking up this 51 piece just to go ahead and show you guys. So I'm going to end up doing a review on this tool set, so keep it locked here for that in the future. But this seems to be a lot more rugged than the case just itself is a lot more rugged than the standard Craftsman tool sets that they had held over from Sears and for sale in the store. And what's odd to me is these kind of like sit in between the other sets. So I think no, don't quote me on this. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm going to go ahead and theorize here that these are the sets that are going to stay in Lowe's, while once the other sets are gone, that they'll be gone. So in the future, in the near future, these are the tools that we are going to see from Craftsman. So I don't know when they are planning to add USA manufacturing like their plan was to, but these tools are made in Taiwan. But as all other Craftsman, it has a full lifetime warranty, and I cracked it. Let me tell you guys, I cracked this open, and I just I'm surprised by what I found inside this set. So keep it locked here. We will be taking a look at this brand new Craftsman tool set made by Stanley Black and Decker. But that's it. That's all I have for you. I'll be sure to leave all the links to everything I talked about in this video in the description down below. As always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more videos. If you like, you can check out my Twitter and Instagram if you're interested. You can also check out my KC Tool Coat affiliate link. It's in the description. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. If you're still here, consider checking out my other reviews of quality hand tools.